Hey everybody, I am Erica Carlson. I'm a real estate agent with BRIX Real Estate. Thank you again for joining me at iHeartMinneapolisHomes.com. Whether you're buying or selling, I'd love for you to check out my website and let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. If you already own a home and you're wondering what is a good investment to put into the property the day you sell, I'm going to give you the top 4 projects that will give you 100% or more ROI or return of investment. I know it's hard to hear this, but not everything that we do to our properties has a direct ability to get it back in full or even half of it. And that's very hard for me to pick apart every project that's not necessarily going to get you things back. And I definitely have other videos talking about some things to consider. So I'm going to just stay focused and talk about the top 4. So I know you're expecting me to say kitchen or bathroom, but I'm actually going to tell you landscaping. I feel like it's even a little cliche because HGTV spends so much time talking about curb appeal, but this is stemming from the fact that we know that people want attractive homes. Now, we can't always do a lot to the outside of the house to change the face of it, but we can control, the way the grass looks or flowers, things like that. So take a look at your house from a new point of view, maybe we drive from a different point on the road than you normally do, and ask yourself what you can do to improve it, whether it's just weeding or trimming some shrubs. Maybe you need to add a pop of color with some flowers in the summer. There's probably some very low cost ways, just even fresh mulch, right? Like that could make a huge difference in how your house is reading to the outside community. And this is people's first impressions, right? They're going to park the car, they're going to walk up and go into that front door, which isn't necessarily even the door you would normally go into once you own a house. However, that is the process typically when we're looking. So we want to be mindful of that first impression. It needs to be tidy and clean and attractive. The second thing to consider is a new roof. And I know that's an incredibly expensive article to add to your shopping list. However, when people are looking at those disclosure statements and they don't have to say anything, I think we're all thinking it. When we're hitting that decade-old roof or more, people are thinking money. They're not going to want to spend $15,000 on a brand new house they just got. So the fact that if you have that address near the time you sell your house should give you a great return. Just kind of being mindful that people are looking at the age of your furnace and things like that. So new roof is number 2. Number 3 is hardwood floors. Now, of course, we don't all have those, but some of our older homes around various suburbs classically have hardwood floors hiding under some very nasty carpet. So to tell you right now, if you have an older home, and I mean that loosely, 50 plus years, okay? I can tell you people will dig into the corner and try to pull up if they believe that there's wood under there, and that will make or break a sale for some people. I don't particularly care that much. I do think they're attractive, but I like the way carpet feels under my feet, so I'm not particular about this, but I have definitely gone shopping with people where it is wood or they're not interested. So if you are on the fence about you're doing some flooring projects and you're not sure which way, do what's right for you. New is always going to trump everything else. But hardwood floors have for a long time stayed in trend and should continue. Now I will warn you right now, gray is out, gray is going out. Unless you personally really like gray, would not recommend putting in a gray floor at this point. I would be careful with that. I've also noticed in the last 10 years, the hardwood floor patterns, like in the LTV selections, tend to be very heavily patterned, maybe more patterned than you realize. So make sure you're working with that flooring expert. Some of the floors that I'm seeing in houses are immensely busy, and I don't think that people know that, and that the busier, more texture, more color, just more opportunities to turn the average person away from it. And flooring is expensive enough. You might want to play that down and go with something a little bit more neutral, and then add your color and texture in your other pieces. Anyway, my last one is patio or deck. Most houses have these things or could have these things. If you're kind of on the fence of whether you should add one and don't have one, or you want to upgrade it, I would highly recommend going ahead with that project. People are looking for outdoor spaces, even in small properties. They want to know they can sit outside, grill, read a book, whatever. You can get a huge return on porches and decks, and obviously the maintenance-free products are always going to be pretty appealing to people. Decks where there's a lot of chip paint or needs to be stained not only will draw away certain type of people who have certain type of loan packages. They won't actually be able to buy your house because that needs to be remedied first. But also just the look of it, it just seems neglected, and it's small. So if you can get your deck painted and stained before sale, would highly recommend it. If you have any questions about this topic, I will definitely supply you with other information that I can. Thank you for hanging in to the end. It was great having you here, and comment below if there's any particular questions I can answer. Thanks.